Hey Al, thanks for tuning in to another video. So, are you in a space where you're wondering if you're suffering from love addiction? Like, do you need constant validation to the point where you keep copious amounts of people in your space just so you can get that validation from them and you feel affirmed by maybe the confidence that it gives you for them to say the things they say and to do the things they do in your life? Well, if you're in that space today, or maybe you haven't quite even unraveled or uncovered what love addiction is, this video is 100% for you. So, love addiction is when we remain in patterns in our lives where we have codependence or unhealthy dependence on the people who give us validation, give us approval, and give us that emotional fulfillment. Oftentimes, to the point where we know that those people are actually unhealthy for us, they're actually a toxic relationship for us, but because they give us that validation that we seek and that emotional fulfillment that we seek and that approval that we seek, then it feels like we stay in those relationships longer because we need those things. They're supplying us with those things. And this may look like to you, you'll notice that oftentimes people will get into toxic relationships. They'll stay in those relationships too long, but also the person is never capable of doing what it is that they want for their partner to do. And you're like, why are you still trying to force this person to do something that they're clearly not capable of doing? Well, the reason that people do that quite often is because if I can convince somebody who is in their bad boy or bad girl era to give up that era to love me, then clearly I must be worthy because they gave it all up for me. And so they stay because that person giving up the life that they had before me um, to be in a relationship with me is going to make me feel more validated and more valued. And then eventually that person cheats on you, and then you're like, oh, well, they're going to give up their cheating ways for me. And so then you feel more affirmed by them giving up their cheating ways than you would if you just chose a partner who didn't cheat on you in the first place. And we do this because of our addiction to the way that what we perceive love to be feels. It's actually lust and probably not love that we're feeling in those spaces, but we are addicted to the butterflies and all of the endorphins that are jumping around when the relationship first starts, the things we call chemistry. And so, if you are love addicted, what you'll start to notice is that you prioritize your relationships over yourself. So if you need something, or if something needs to happen to you, or you need to care for yourself, you will prioritize your relationship over yourself every single time. If they need something from you that doesn't align with you, you'll still do it because you want them to give you the supply that they have for you later in the form of validation and affirming who you are. And so you prioritize their needs over your self care, and then you build a wall of resentment because of it. Or maybe you feel that fear of abandonment, like you do anything in your capabilities to get somebody to stay, even when that person isn't treating you well, because you don't want to be abandoned. And also, we stay in toxic relationships far past their expiration date because those toxic relationships still give us some form of emotional fulfillment, approval, and validation. So, if you're one of those people who continuously is doing that, then you probably have a love addiction that you need to break free from. Because when you need constant validation from the external world, then it usually is an indication that you're not getting it from your internal world, which is you giving yourself the validation and the love and the emotional fulfillment that you should be giving yourself, and also neglecting to allow time for God to do those things to you and for you. So, what are some things that we can do to break the cycle? Well, one of the biggest things is focusing on self love. Building that foundational relationship with self is the um, building block for being able to build relationship with other people. If you are able to become self-aware, build up your emotional intelligence, you'll start to see that the validation and fulfillment that you think you're gaining from other people is very shallow and not real, and that you have to be able to do that for yourself. So the way that you do that for yourself is set boundaries around the people that you will allow into your life. Give yourself your own validation, give yourself your own confidence, give yourself your own self-love. And we're not just talking about a bubble bath, we're talking about authentically and um, unashamedly giving yourself the love that you deserve by saying you are worthy of a relationship that is good, you are worthy of a life that is good, and you don't have to settle for things that are bare minimum in order to get that, because you can give it to yourself and you can receive it from God. So when you create that sort of balance inside of you, what you will start to see is that instead of seeking that external validation, you will be cultivating the inner peace and the self-worth that you need to be able to walk in the world and not think about the supply that other people are giving you, because you're so rooted in the supply that you're giving yourself. So you'll say, I'm not perfect, I'm human, and I'm okay with that. You'll say, I don't need to earn love. The love that is supposed to be for me is freely flowing in abundance to me and through me. And you'll say that I don't need other people to tell me who I am and what I'm doing, that I'm doing well, because I have a God who's already given me my assignment and I hear from him every day. And so when you start to fully understand and accept that the love that you're trying to gain from the people outside of you has to come from within you, from within your relationship with God, from within your relationship with you, from within your internal knowing of who you are and whose you are, that's when you will not care if the people outside of you think that you're worthy. You will not care if they validate your existence, because your existence has already been validated. You won't care if they think you look a certain way, or you won't strive to get them to show you that they love you, because if they can't, you'll just move on beyond them, because you'll know that they're not for you. And I hope that this video has resonated with you, and I hope that you share it with people that you think that it will resonate with as well, because that's the way that we help people to break free from the bondage that they're in. If you want more content like this, go to my socials, like and subscribe to those pages. But I'm hoping that this video and the others like it will help us to really break free from the bondage that we experience, from those regular everyday things that so many people are doing. You're not alone if you're doing them, but that if we just had a little knowledge and a little bit of understanding of ways to break free from them, we would be able to do just that. So I hope this video resonated with you. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you again next time.